Okay, guys, so welcome to today's video. We're going to have a look at Bitcoin, which of course had a lot of selling in today's session because of Elon Musk's comments about Bitcoin's mining taking up a lot of energy and that being bad for the environment, because he was talking about how much coal has to be burnt to mine Bitcoins and him not being very comfortable with the environmental impacts of Bitcoin's mining. Remember, it was after Elon Musk comments earlier this year saying that he would allow Teslas to be bought using Bitcoins. And he said he invested 1.5 million into Bitcoin. That obviously caused a lot of people to follow Elon Musk and buy the cryptocurrency. So his comments about not liking the mining energy use and how it affects the environment, and then saying he would suspend Teslas being bought with Bitcoins, obviously had a very negative effect on the cryptocurrency. And we saw a sell-off. And then we had the Chinese central bank say today that they'll never allow cryptocurrencies to be used as a means of payment within the world's second largest economy. So we've seen some selling in the cryptocurrency, and that's then fed across the crypto markets. And we've seen Ethereum push lower, so on and so forth. But one thing I want to point out, guys, which is really important to understand, is volatility of an asset. So if you look at the historical volatility of Bitcoin, the moves we've seen today are not actually abnormal when you analyze Bitcoin over a monthly period in terms of volatility. So here we have the spreadsheet, which is for my members, and we have a look at volatility over the previous 10 years from 2021 in February down to April 2011. And what this calculation does, it looks at on a monthly basis, how much does Bitcoin fluctuate by on average during a 1 month window. We have the same analysis for a weekly analysis of Bitcoin. How much does Bitcoin fluctuate over a weekly basis? And then how much does Bitcoin fluctuate on average over a daily basis? And if you look over a 1 month window, going back for the past 5 years, we can actually see that Bitcoin fluctuates by around 35% to 40% for the past 5 years. So you have the 5-year average around 40%, the 3-year average 35%, sorry, 2-year average 37%, 1-year average 35%, and the last 6 months has been 41%. So we pay attention usually to the last 12 months because it gives us a really broad piece of data, which is quite recent, to give us a good idea as to how much an asset fluctuates by on average. So a 35% move is expected for Bitcoin over a 1 month window. So if you look at the move from the recent high of Bitcoin, it is actually within the 1 month volatility window. So if you don't understand this, you could overreact to the sell-off and see this as a negative sign. You could start selling your Bitcoins or closing positions without actually realizing that the pullback in Bitcoin is within its historical volatility. And if we go back onto this chart, which I have actually placed a lot of other Bitcoin pullbacks in price, you can see that the recent pullbacks are actually within the 1 month window. So you can see previously when Bitcoin was moving higher, we had a pullback of around 30%. We had another pullback of Bitcoin from the peak of around 25%. We had another pullback of 20%, another pullback of 30%. And again, the recent pullback is within the 1 month volatility window of 32%. So what that basically means is if you are a believer in Bitcoin and you do believe the cryptocurrency will continue to go higher as it has been for a very long time, you can see the cryptocurrency has really appreciated in value, then you will understand that the pullback in price at this moment in time is within the bounds of normality, because as we've seen from our ATL volatility spreadsheet, Bitcoin fluctuates within this 1 month window by around 35%. So if you are going to jump into buying Bitcoin long term, now would actually be a perfectly good time to buy, because instead of you buying at the highs, you can now get in at a better price, and you can then place your stop loss of at around 35% from the current price. And then you're at least going to give the market the room it needs to fluctuate by on average without you getting stopped out of a trade. Obviously, the market could move by more than 35%, but if you're getting in to a trade now when it's already pulled back by 35% with another 35% stop loss, if the trend will continue to the upside over the long term, now you've got a much lesser chance of losing money than you would be if you'd bought at the peak and then you had two big pullbacks, as we have seen in price. So that's really important to understand, guys. So if you are going to be buying Bitcoin long term, this is really important to understand. Place your stop loss at the market price where the market is trading now by using the 1 month volatility of around 35%. And now you're going to have a good opportunity to maybe not get stopped out of the market if the market does continue to move to the upside. Remember, all the investment banks, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Citigroup, I've been reading all their reports all year. They're all saying Bitcoin will go to $100,000 a coin. So of course, people follow Elon Musk and listen to him, but I don't think one man can change the whole outlook of a cryptocurrency, which is changing the world. The technology is undeniably amazing, and it will create a lot of value for the world, especially bringing poorer countries into the financial system, because Bitcoin can process payments immediately without needing banks to be the middlemen and taking 5 days to transact money, for an example. Also, we've seen Ethereum. Ethereum has been very bullish, moving up aggressively, much higher than what we've seen with other cryptocurrencies this year. And with that being said, if you look at the pullback in price for Ethereum at this moment in time, again, it is actually within the 1 month volatility window. So that's really important for us to pay attention to as well. So if we go back to the spreadsheet and we go to Ethereum, we can see that on a 1 month basis, Ethereum actually fluctuates by around 50%. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this keeps coming up while I'm talking. Apologies. Give me 1 second. So if you look at the 1 month volatility for Ethereum, it actually fluctuates on average by around 50%. So the pullback in price that we have seen from the peak at this moment in time was within the bounds of normality. So again, if you are looking to buy Ethereum, now would actually be a good price to get in, because all you can get in now with a 50% stop loss from the current price, which would be around, your stop loss would be around here. And you got a better chance of catching this bullish trend, which, remember, in 2021, the price of Ethereum had already shot up by around 400%. That's a big move for a cryptocurrency. So pullbacks of this nature are expected within a long-term trend. We know nothing goes up in straight lines. You always get pullbacks. And if you are a believer in Ethereum, then now is a really good time to buy, again, with a 1 month volatility stop loss of around 50%. Okay, so this is really important for us to understand volatility and how an asset moves historically on average. So again, guys, if you believe Ethereum is going to go higher, if you believe Bitcoin will go higher because you believe in technology of the cryptocurrencies, then now is a good time to buy. And just understand the volatility is really important for us when we're getting into cryptos. I am actually starting a new £50,000 crypto fund. I'm looking for 4 investors to put in £10,000 each. I'm going to put 10,000 of my own money into this trade. I'm going to buy Ethereum, Bitcoin, for an example, because I believe in cryptocurrency. I'm in the market. So if you are interested in this fund, you can ping me a message and I'll give you more information, but just understand the volatility, because it is important to know when there are pullbacks in price, which are in the bounds of normality, as I've shown you. So you don't overreact, you don't sell the cryptocurrency, but just understand, if you are a believer in the long-term outlook of cryptos to keep going higher, then now is actually a better time to buy than it was previously at the peaks, because now you're getting in at a better price, and now you know where to place your stop loss, because I've shown you the 1 month ATR volatility analysis. So hope that makes sense, guys. Again, ping me a message if you've got any questions, but I hope this video does add some value to what we've seen today. Thank you.